Okay, students. So in this video, uh, I'm going to continue on with the services team that we had from last Friday. Now, if you were with us last Friday, and not too many of you were, unfortunately, but Tom has that session recorded and uploaded onto Brightspace. But what we did was we put in place all the services units, okay? And we created the kitchen as well. So I just want to I want to show you that here. So I'm just going to narrow in this section box here. Okay. So on last Friday we got the kitchen cabinets in, cooker, hob, extract fan, some wall-mounted cabinets. We got the dishwasher, the washing machine, the sink, and some wall-mounted cabinets over here as well. We also got the under stairs sink, okay, and the WC. And you notice that these are all the proper MEP files. All right, that's the important one. And then also we went into the first floor plan and we spent a bit of time arranging the bath, the wash hand basin, and the toilet here, taking into account the position of the soil vent pipe. All right. So, and that was the arrangement that we came up with there. Tom boxed out the soil vent pipe so that he could position the WC and almost get straight entry into that soil vent pipe. This will feed into that as well, and the bath will feed into that too. So that took a little bit of work to do. If you have not done that, you need to get that done. I would strongly suggest that you follow Tom's video and put in the location of these items where we have them, wash and basin, WC, and all the kitchen furniture there as well. So in this video, what I'm going to do with you now is I'm going to position the boiler, the water tank, the radiators, the ESB meter, and the gas meter. Okay, so let's start off with the boiler. And so this is the way I do that. So I go into in the architecture tab into place component, into load family, and you can see this is my custom MEP families that I've given you. All right, and if you come right down to the bottom down here, we've got the water tanned, which will be water tank and overflow. So I click that, that's it there. Now, if I hit open, what it'll do is it'll bring it in to the project for me, like so. So you got the water tank here. If it was not on the end of your cursor, and I'll just do this, it has come into your families down here, and it's just a question of locating the category that it's in, which is generally, in that case, it will be plumbing fixtures. Okay, so I'm into plumbing down here, and you can see here is the water concealed. I don't see the water meter. No, it's the water tank. Okay, and if it's not in the plumbing, it's not in the obvious folder where it should be, then my next move is to go to mechanical equipment. I can see it there now, so just bear with me. And then the next move is to go to generic models as well. That's generally where things that are not categorized will end up in there. So to position this, then obviously I need to open up, first of all, I need to go into the wall plate level so I can see where it is. Now I'm going to position this tank as close over the bathroom as possible, because obviously that's where most of the water will go to. So we're back down here again and all the way down to here. And I'm going to left click and I'm going to keep the left click down. I'm going to drag this across. It's on the end of my cursor, like so. All right. And I will position it somewhere over the bathroom. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create two sections here. And these are just going to be temporary sections, but we're going to use them for various different items here. So there's one, and I'll do another one, something like that. So I'll leave the two existing sections that I have in place, and I'm just going to use these as temporary. All right. Now I'll pop in there, and you can see here's my tank. Now I'm going to move the tank up. Okay, I'm going to move it up to about there, and I'm going to bring it across into the the center here. Okay, I'm going to center it something like that. Now, the reason I have it up high is because obviously it's a water tank, it's quite heavy, so there'll be an extra piece of joists going in here, which will provide and spread the load of that water tank, which means that we can sit it down on top of the trusses that are there. Okay, so that's your water tank positioned. I'll just go back to the wall plate again. So you've got your inlet and your outlet here and various other bits and pieces. So you might need to rotate that one to face that way, and we'll come and we'll deal with that at a later stage. All right, but I have that in position, and that's all good. Now back to my ground floor plan. And this time I'm going to put in the boiler. So the boiler would come in under, I think, mechanical equipment as well. Here's the wall-mounted boiler. All right, if I pick it, you can see it here. And again, that's a great way of finding out what, if you're not quite sure how the actual family looks, then you can pop in here and do that. And particularly, say with lighting fixtures, take a look. So we've got light type 2, 4, 5, but if I pick on each one, it'll give me a little thumbnail up there, and that's really handy to find out what it actually looks like at the end of the day. Now, so here's my wall-mounted boiler. The thing with an awful lot of these families as well is that, and what you have to watch out for, is that they're hosted. So if this is wall mounted, then it should be wall hosted. Okay, a lot of the lights will be ceiling hosted. So I'll point that out as I go along as well. So I'm going to left click and drag this across. And here it is here. Now, so I'm going to use my space bar just to turn that around. So I'm not sure which is the front or the back just yet, but I'm going to place it inside that cabinet there. And as we said, we're going to wall mount it. All right, so that should be just about there. All right, now, so that should be in position here. I'm going to take that cabinet here. I'm just going to see if I can hide that in view. Hide that element. Okay. And then where is that temporary section that I had? Here it is here. And I'll just flip it. Okay. And then I shall go in and see if I've got my wall mounted boiler there. Again, let's see if I can hide that in view. Now I don't see my boiler. Now this is what I'm checking for. There it is. So it's come in and it's come in low, and this should be up a little bit higher. So I'll hide that element. Now I can pick the boiler and using my arrow keys, move it up like so. You'll notice, so these are all the pipe work that goes hot and cold and the gas supply and all of that. And there's the vent as well. So the vent will come up and be taken out through the wall here. Now, it's another choice that you have to make. I'm going to reset temporary hide. Okay, and I'll just leave that there. That's fine with me. These would be kind of boxed out as well. And, it's a legitimate question. Do we put the boiler here in the kitchen area? Well, it has to go somewhere. The only other area probably is on the back wall. So it'll go on the front wall or the back wall. Possibly that's a location for it there. But you got to remember that it's going to have a vent coming out as well. And so you probably don't want the vent coming out beside the front door here. Now you can't stretch the vents. The vents can go straight up. Sometimes you see boilers in bathrooms or places like that. I have seen them in a bedroom, and I just don't. I never like the idea of having a boiler which produces carbon monoxide in a bedroom, something like that. So for the moment, I'm positioning there, okay, and I can vent it out the side here. And we'll come to the venting when we're doing the piping. Okay, so that's my boiler in position, my water tank in position. Now I'm going to position my radiators. Okay, so the radiators are, they should be plumbing fixtures, I think. So I think there's one called a standard radiator here. Railings, roofs. Now again, I've got to go and find it. If it's not here, tank cylinder, that's mechanical. and these are lights. So I'm going to go into architecture, into component, place a component, load family. And here's my custom MEP families there, the ones I gave you. And if I come all the way down here, there should be a standard radiator, I think it's called. Standard radiator, that's it there. And I'll open that. And notice now that the boiler is still on the end of my cursor here. So I'm going to hit escape, escape. And I now have to go back and find where that family came in. Standard radiator, it's in mechanical equipment. There it is there. And so we've got the 500 by 450, 500 by 700, and 500 by that. Right, okay. Now positioning these is going to be fun. So I'm going to take that one. All right, and I'll hit my space bar and I'm going to position that one there. And I'm also going to position another one there. Good idea to position these on opposite sides of the wall because it just saves on things like pipework and things like that. I didn't like that. So let's just get it there and I can shift it into position from there. Now, do I need another one? Do I need one in? Now, again, that's such a low window that it's not going to be possible to get one in there. So I got one in the hall. I probably do need another one here, I would think. So I'm going to see if I can get that one in there. Now, so so I got 1, 2, 3 for the hall area. Might put another one in there. So we'll just pick that one, go create similar. And, you know, at the end of the day, this kind of comes with experience and, you know, you'd be consulting your mechanical engineer or your plumber or something like that. But the amount of radiators is dictated somewhat by the size of the boiler and how many radiators that can service in terms of hot and cold water. So you know, there are kind of rules governing this as well. I'd like to get one into the kitchen, but I don't see anywhere convenient to put it now, to be honest with you. And that's why if this window was a little bit higher, I could position it directly under that window, and that might do the trick there. Okay, but however, it's going to be a very well sealed and insulated house. So maybe that amount of radiators would do there. Now, so I can repeat that up on the first floor as well, and I can put them in there too. Now the ESB meter and the gas meter, they're next. So escape, escape. And you will probably find those. And again, if you go into component, place a component, load family, and you'll find those meters are in that in my custom MEP families. I know that because I've already loaded them into the project here, and they will definitely come in under generic models. Okay, so here's my ESB box. So left click, drag it across. I'm going to position that here. I'm going to hit my space bar, and then so I'm going to position that so that it goes into the wall. All right. So I'll position it there. I'll hit escape, escape, and I'll go into my south elevation here now. South elevation, and let's take a look at that. So there it is there. So I'm just going to, now it must be on your property. Okay, so I think it is there. I might move it down a little bit, like so. While it's selected, I don't like that color, so I'm just going to go into the edit type. And here's the type properties here. Okay, what I'm looking for, cancel. What I'm actually looking for is this thing here, the material. So it's a PVC material, and you'll see that's all black. So let's lighten it. Light gray, okay, and light gray, darker gray on the cut. Apply, and sorry, wrong one. And darker gray in the cut there. So light, 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 light. Okay, and click out. Now that's a little bit easier to read, isn't it? Okay, so there's your ESB box. We're going to go back into the ground floor plan, and we'll do the same with the gas. All right. Didn't we say generic? Yeah, gas boxes. So same thing again. spacebar. I'll position that directly under this one. Pull it in a little bit further here. That's where I want to line. Okay. Interesting that it goes right through the insulation, so you got to watch out for that one. It could be the cause of a linear thermal break here, so you want to watch out for that. Right, so there's the gas boxes come in underneath that one as well. Now we probably need a couple of data boxes here as well for your broadband and your so here's an aircon box. So I'm going to take that one. Okay, and this one is allowing me put this on the face, I think. No, I don't think it is. I might need to go back to the ground floor plan and put that box in there. Okay. Right now, and I'll go back to my south elevation, see where that's come out. So again, I want to bring this down here. Now, I'll just give you a fair warning here. You can see that you've got brickwork in here, and this stuff has to fit in between the brickwork. So again, this window is not kind of playing in our favor here by any means at all, being kind of full length like that. And you're going to say to me, "Oh man, those boxes are so ugly." But if I go back to my site plan here, um, and I show you the PDF, so this is the PDF you were given. Look at the picture. So here's the ESB box, and there's a couple of data boxes there. Okay. I don't see that could be ESB or it could be gas. I'm not quite sure which, but that's it. They're there. The other thing about this one is we're going to bring a little vent out here. So we're going to have our boiler vent coming out here as well. I think that's just a letter box there. So, these things, they do look ugly, but I'm sorry that they have to go in. They're part of the fabric of the building. All right. So we've got that one, gas, ESB, data, and those ones there. There probably are regulations surrounding the location of these things as well. I don't know where you can have the gas beside the ESB, or does the gas have to shift over to this side here or something like that? If that was going to happen, I'd actually shift the ESB box over to this side here and leave the gas there because it's close to the boiler. Whereas the ESB will come in and feed the switch box, the fuse box, and that's probably going to be it's generally inside in the hall in the front door there. But for the moment, I'm going to leave those there. Okay, so that's the boiler, the water tank, the radiators, the ESB, and the gas all in place.